She's the first female wrestler from the legendary Hart family, but that doesn't mean Nattie Neidhart's journey to become a WWE superstar and champion was easy. In fact, in some ways, her rise to fame was even harder, yet she still forged her own path to becoming the longest-serving female wrestler in WWE history. Now Nattie has released a deeply personal memoir detailing both the tragedies and triumphs of her life on the world's biggest wrestling stage. And she joins me now to tell us more about the Last Hart Beating from the dungeon to WWE. Good morning, Nattie.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, great to have you in studio here. I mean, the Hart name, it's a legacy here in Calgary. And I'd love to just know about your family history and how wrestling is really just in your blood.
Whenever I come back to Calgary, it always feels like I'm coming back home. This is my home, and this is really where it all began for me. So it's so special, and just being surrounded by people that have loved and supported me from before I was anyone. Before I even made it to WWE. It reminds me to be so grateful for everything I have. So it's just nice to be back home.
Of course, and let's talk about the memoir. Why now?
I was getting ready to sign a new contract with WWE, and I told my husband, I was like, I want to take some risks. I want to do stuff that's really outside the box. I want to challenge myself. I want to grow. I want to have new goals, new dreams, just new aspirations. And so I was like, I've always wanted to write a book, and I've always kind of been a little bit afraid of like telling my story. And I was like, but why not? Why not just tell the story that it's 25 years in wrestling. I started training to wrestle in 2000. And I was like, you know what? My story is a story that I don't think very many people know. And it could be somebody else's tool in their survival. It could be a lifeline for somebody else that's going through similar things. And also I wanted it to be entertaining. I wanted people to read the book and really laugh, cry, feel, and ultimately at the end of the book, heal.
Yeah, and what's great about it too, you don't have to be a WWE superfan to really relate to this story.
That's the thing, is that when I was writing the book, I wanted it to be a very easy read.
Yeah. So
that if you love WWE and you love professional wrestling, you're going to love the book. But if you've never watched professional wrestling, you're going to love the book. I wanted it to be such an easy read that no reader gets left behind, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and it certainly has been doing great so far. I mean, it's been out for a little over a week now, already a Canadian bestseller.
Yes, I know. I was shocked. Because as far as like the story goes, I'm so proud of the story, and it's been getting like 5-star reviews everywhere. Yeah. People are really liking the story, but like Taylor Swift said, I'm not the art police. If people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. Everybody's personal opinion is none of my business. So, but the fact that it's doing well and people are buying it, and it's a bestseller, is even it's just a cherry on top.
I have so many more questions, but we're running out of time. But I wanted to make sure we got across just some really special people in your life also participate in this book as well.
Yes, Bret Hart. I really wanted him to write the very first pages of the book because, and of course, I didn't want to lean on family because, a lot of people were like, well, her uncle's Bret Hart, and this is, it's easy for her to just ask. But he wrote something so beautiful for me that I was like, after reading it, it really moved me. And I was like, I have to have this open up my book. It was so beautiful and so special, and Bret is just a master storyteller. And of course, he wrote one of the greatest books ever. His book Hitman it's a New York Times bestseller. So Bret was a very special component for my book and his introduction. And then of course Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, he did the foreword. And Dwayne's grandmother was a wrestling promoter. My grandfather was a wrestling promoter. Dwayne is the first ever third-generation male wrestler in WWE. We have that parallel and that similarity because I'm the first female. And he's just somebody that, is super supportive of women in wrestling, and I really, really wanted to have him as a part of the project. And when I asked him to do it, he just jumped at the opportunity, which was amazing.
Nattie, thank you so much for coming in today, and congrats with the success of the book so far. It's only going to go better from here.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for everything. I hope everybody loves the book.
And again, Nattie Neidhart's new book, The Last Hart Beating, From the Dungeon to WWE, is available now where books are sold.